Hey YouTube, it's James from the Wyvern Watch here with another deck profile. This time is a slightly better, slightly more special one because this is actually deck number 1 of my current 44 decks. It's not my first deck that I've ever built because that was sort of a more generic warrior type deck back in the day. Or really do plan to put that deck back together again as a past format deck, of course. I've still got all the cards somewhere, so I need to have a little bit of advice on perhaps putting my warrior deck back together. But this is the first archetype deck that I put together, and it's not a past format deck. This is a current format deck, but it hasn't been updated with all the latest meta cards or anything like that. But it's perfectly playable as a current format deck, and still absolutely one of my favourites. Still great fun to play. Not a meta deck, but if you're not careful, it can swarm the field pretty quickly, and obviously get some powerful synchro monsters out quite quickly. So, you know, it's one to keep an eye out. But I just thought I'd profile it because I haven't done this one yet. But yeah, deck number 1. So let's get on with it. It is 40 cards, this one. 24 monsters, I believe. Therefore 16 spell and traps. But obviously we'll kick things off with the monsters as we usually do, and of course the 3 ofs. So 3 of X-Saber Fall Troll. So this is more of your this is what the main card that sort of gets you swarming the field, getting going very quickly. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card cannot be special summoned except while you control 2 or more face-up X-Saber monsters. And once per turn, you can special summon 1 level 4 lower X-Saber monster from your graveyard. Well, immediately it's already pretty useful, that, isn't it? We've also got 3 X-Saber Dark Soul. This one in the Ultimate Rare, but this is like the old format Ultimate Rare. Really nice card, actually. But yeah, X-Saber Dark Soul. So this is if this card you control is sent to the graveyard during the end phase, you can add 1 X-Saber monster from your deck to your hand. Dead simple, but it doesn't matter how it got to the grave, quite importantly. So again, just one to keep an eye on. We've also got 3 X-Saber Boggart Knight as well, which is when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower X-Saber monster from your hand. And this card can't be used as as a synchro material monster except to synchro summon an X-Saber monster. So just need to bear that in mind when you're working your way up. The only other 3 I've got is an X-Saber Air Bellum, which for quite a while was only a 1 of. But a while back we had converted it to a 3 of, just because when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponents by direct attack, discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. But it being a level 3 tuner monster makes it easier to get some of the other monsters out quicker as well. So we decided to go with making that a 3 of for now. Those are 3 of them. Leave those up there for now. And then the 2 ofs are X-Saber Emma's Blade, always been a popular one, X-Saber Pashul, and then just a couple of 1 ofs as well. So you've got Ragagura and Full Helm Knight. Full Helm Knight is the one that used to be, for me, a 3 of, but sadly no longer anymore. So, X-Saber Emma's Blade. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower X-Saber monster from your deck. Quite simple. Relying on your opponent, of course, a lot, and that used to not be a problem, but it kind of is now. So if that just gets popped, you ain't getting this effect. Pashul, this card cannot be destroyed by battle, and if this card is face up, and if this card is in face up defense position, you take 1,000 damage during each of your opponent's standby phases. Not normally an issue because we'll normally use it obviously as a level 2 tuner to go into something else. But it can be a good staller if you just need an extra turn or 2. So that's it for X-Saber monsters. As you'll notice, they're all Earth as well, of course, which will come in handy. Toying with the idea of putting Goes and Match back in this deck, but it's not currently in here. But a little bit of support for those X-Sabers. We've got Rescue Cat, So you can send this card to the graveyard, special summon 2 level 3 of your lower beast type monsters from your deck. But they have their effects negated. Also, they are destroyed during the end phase. So, but that the targets for that, of course, is Dark Soul and Air Bellum. So if you go for both of those targets, you're immediately into a level 6 synchro. That's the idea, at least, anyway. Just one hand trap, which is the Effect Veiler. An old one, but it's still a good one, in my opinion. We all know what Effect Veiler does. And just 2 other support cards. So we've got Alpha, the Master of Beasts, and Auza, the Earth Channeler. Alpha you should be fairly familiar with now, and also Auza is obviously just getting those extra, searching for that essential Earth monster. But also, if one of the standard monsters is destroyed by battle, I can obviously special summon the Channeler and use its level 5 as a synchro. So that is it for monsters. Thank you. So like I say, that's 24 monsters. Onto the spell and trap. So we're a little bit more trap heavy than spell heavy on this one. So we'll just put the spells out first. But this is Saber Reflection, which you may not have seen before. So when you take battle or effect damage while you control an X-Saber monster, gain life points equal to the damage you took. And then if you do, inflict the same amount of damage to your opponent. Then you can add 1 Saber spell or trap card or Gotham's card from your deck to your hand. So there's 2 of those, but it's a quick play spell, so nice little thing. Reinforcement of the army, obviously, to search out for those warrior types. Monster Reborn, fairly self-explanatory. We've got a Fire Formation Tenki just to get to the Boggart Knights, of course, and also we've added back Change of Heart once it came back off the ban list, of course. All fairly self-explanatory, those though. Onto the traps. So the traps are in and out all the time, and like I say, Goza Match has been in, it's currently out, but all of these can be sided out. Well, most of them can be sided out. None of them are sort of integral to any sort of combo, really. But at the moment we've got 2 Call of the Haunted, which, you know, probably needs to be changed. It's not something that's essential anymore. It used to be nice, but not really that effective anymore. 2 Heavy Storm Duster. I've gone for these for now. They could be any of them. They could be Mystical Space Typhoons. They could be Cosmic Cyclones, you know, Galaxy Cyclones even, but, you know, whatever you want. But this one still destroys 2. It's just a bit slow on the slow side with it being trapped. 2 Solemn Strikes, always a good one. No need to explain that really. 2 Gothams. This is one of the ones you can't really take out. This, you know, it's a really strong card for X-Sabers. Activate only if there's a face-up X-Saber monster on the field. Select 2 X-Saber monsters in either player's graveyards and special summon those monsters to your side of the field. Just an easy way to get 2 out, isn't it? And then another 2 Storming Mirror Force, which, you know, it does need a bit of protection, this deck, so and can quite easily catch people out if they're not expecting it. So we went through the Storming Mirror Forces on this one. Okay, so that's the main deck. That's 40 cards in the main. And we'll run into the extra deck, which is a bit of a toolbox extra deck. Yes, the X-Saber have their own extra deck monsters, but I've not used them all on this case because there are more powerful options available. We've got a mixture of Synchro, Link, and Xyz monsters as well, so we'll start with the Synchros. X-Saber Gothams is part of the combo that sort of discards the opponent's hand. Not that A, I know how to do it, and B, would wish to do it. I have worked it out in the past, but my memory is fading me, and I don't play this deck often enough to know exactly how to do it. Oh yeah, this is the original Ultimate Rare one as well, by the way. Really nice copy. We've got Trishula. Everyone knows what Trishula does. That's fairly easy. I've got a nice Ultimate Rare Turbo Pack Colossal Fighter there, which is a really nice card. Again, not the most competitive card in the world, but still great looking warrior monster. One X-Saber Air Bellum, which is an option for when using Bog at Night, because obviously we can go into this with a level 3 tuner. That's dual terminal. We've also got two Ultimate Rare X-Saber Hyunlees, which is your go-to really, because this is your back row destroyer. So when this card is synchro summoned, you can select and destroy up to 3 spell or trap cards on the field. So really quite effective if your opponent's not expecting that one. We've also got an Ultimate Rare Goyo Guardian. I didn't realise most of these were Ultimate Rare. Obviously it's been rewritten this, so you can only summon it with Earth monsters, but that's not a big problem for this deck. We've also got, speaking of Earth, we've got Naturia Beast, again in dual terminal, and we've also got Naturia Barkion, just to have both of those spell and trap destroyers or negators available to the deck. So those are the synchros. And 3 of each of Lynx and Xyz. So we've got one Mrs. Radiant, just because it's an Earth deck and fairly easy. We've got a Nightmare Cerberus, also Earth, and a Borrowload Dragon. I always like to have one level 4, sorry, a Link 4 option, just to be that sort of impact card should I need it. We've got one Phantom Knights of Breaksword, quite easily made with 2 level 3 monsters. Also quite easily made is number 75 Bamboozling Gossip Shadow, another effect negator, and of course Ashura King, which I don't think gets enough praise really. I really like this card. When this card has material, it can attack a number of times each battle phase up to the number of materials attached to it. And at the start of the damage step, if this card battles, it gains 200 attack. When another monster effect is activated, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card and negate the activation, and if you do, destroy the card. Yes, it requires 3 level 3 monsters, but still a nice little card, that, to be fair, and I've tried to run it in most of the decks that carry level 3 monsters. Anyway, that's the X-Saber deck profile. Now, yes, I appreciate there's probably better builds out there, and yes, I know it do nothing against going against the meta. It's probably rubbish against going first. It's probably rubbish going second. However, if you haven't already tried playing it casually, I would definitely go ahead and do it, because it's great fun to play. You know, having all these little different options available to you is all good fun. You know, it'd make a great pass format deck as well. I don't know how many cards I'd have to take out to make it pass format really, but depends on the format, I suppose. But either way, let me know what you think. Like I say, one of the oldest, well, it is the oldest archetype deck I've got. Leave a like, subscribe. Like I say, thank you very much once again. 50 subscribers we hit last night, I believe it was. Looking for the big 100 now. We'll have a little bit of a push and start to catch up with some of the other guys out there. Thanks once again, guys. See you next time.